This is Dabu7. A heads up here is we've got a new bulletin issued by DHS. And if we go over here to Homeland Security's page, we can see at this National Terrorism Advisory System alert page that there's a new bulletin. And it says that the United States remains in a heightened threat environment as noted in previous bulletins. And several recent attacks have highlighted the dynamic and complex nature of the threat environment. In the coming months, we expect the threat environment to become more dynamic, and several high-profile events could be exploited to justify acts of violence against a range of possible targets. These targets could include public gatherings, faith-based institutions, schools, racial and religious minorities, government facilities and personnel, U.S. critical infrastructure like the grid, internet, the media, and perceived ideological opponents. They say that threat actors have recently mobilized to violence due to factors such as personal grievances, reactions to current events, and adherence to violent extremist ideologies. So foreign adversaries, they say, including terrorist organizations and nation-state adversaries, also remain intent on exploiting the threat environment to promote or inspire violence, to sow discord, or to undermine the U.S. This is telling me, it should tell all of you, the writing's on the wall for a series of events that's about to take place. It doesn't get any clearer than this when the alphabet gangs come out and make a huge statement like this, that there's going to be a big uptick in events, in violent events. You might as well just say shootings. They didn't mention the word one time throughout this. They say mass casualty violence that is carried out often by lone offenders in small groups. You see where this goes? Down the same path that it has been. And I'm sure all this is going to get politicized because this is prepping it. I'm going to break this down further on the next live stream. Make sure you join me.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Shem Shai Brakatham, to you hopefully elect. And, you know, just back with another video, man, through the spirit. Hey, man. You know, because I was looking into how the next, pretty much from now till the midterm elections, which I believe is takes place in November. You know, you can there's basically gonna be a rise in violence. You know, and that's not to say with all this talk of the gas and you know, food going up and the shelves becoming more and more bare and whatnot, you know, which, you know, that's going to lead to one thing or another. But now supposedly you have these extremist groups that are going to basically, because like you said, we can expect pretty much a series of events, and they're going to, or they could use these particular events like the whole abortion rights movement, right? You know, that whole thing, and as well as other things. You know, people, these things can be used as fuel to, you know, cause people to act out and whatnot. But one thing I found rather interesting was the fact that, again, these extremist groups or whatever. Now, for one, you know, they've been talking about for a while how these extremist groups could basically attack the power grid, right? And who's to say? And like I said, this is what I found rather interesting, because it's nothing for Esau Edom to, you know, pretty much, you know, wage war on his own people. As a matter of fact, that whole the whole thing that took place back in 9/11, you know, it basically justified America's government on waging war on its own citizens. So, you know, I mean, it's you know, because you know, Esau, with the wicked elites, man, they don't give a damn about their people. They don't give a damn about you American citizens, you know. So it's nothing for these top wicked elites to wage war in American government, to wage war on its own people, And who's to say, because he mentioned faith-based institutions, which they were saying that some of these institutions, excuse me, some of these groups, right? I'll say these personal hitmen of Esau Edom, because, pretty much when it comes to the alphabet groups and, they're nothing but Esau's personal hitmen, all right? And going back to the whole talks of these rolling blackouts, right? Well, brothers have brought out information that how, they can use these possible scenarios to basically come in all hours of the night to snatch up people, snatch up people that basically oppose that oppose their agendas, and the people that oppose the NWO, and people that speak out against these things, but even more so the men of the Lord. And like I said, I found it rather interesting because, like you said, he mentioned the faith-based institutions. Well, it reminded me of this in 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." And this ties into Revelation 12 and 12. The devil, knowing that he had but a short time, all right, he's coming down. He's getting ready to come down with that great wrath. All right, because even more so, they're gonna come after those of us in the truth, and they're gonna come against all groups, all Israelite groups. All right, but even more so the men in the Lord, man. All right. They've been setting the stage for, persecution and, to demonize the ministry. They've been setting the stage for that. All right. But it says, "And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." And like I said, brothers have brought out information about how you got these different blackout sites, right? Where, people get snatched up. They get hauled off to these sites to never be heard of again. All right. Or never heard from again. All right. Because it is prophesied that, some of the hopefully elect brothers, man, are going to be taken into these quote unquote isolation centers. All right. These camps. Right. As well as, like I said, people in general who oppose these different agendas, and you speak out against these things. Right. But the difference between the hopefully elect and everyone else is that the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be with us, because come that time, it's going to be the hour of temptation. And, our faith is going to be put to the ultimate test. And you see, Lord's will, our faith is rooted and built in Yahweh Shema Shai. Well, these people, they've got no hope. All right, they've got no chance, because it's only going to be through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's how we're going to make it. All right, because when you read on, it says, "And they that consent to them unto them shall be had in derision and in a reproach and trodden underfoot." So you see, amen. Again, these different sites and whatnot, these isolation centers. People are going to be getting tortured to death. And like I said, brothers have brought out this information about how, in a blackout scenario, right, where, the lights go out, all right, they come in 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, all hours of the, throughout the night, and snatching people up. You see, because again, that's one of the things that they've been talking about for this summer, rolling blackouts, right? And the wicked elites, man, they can use this opportunity to send in their little hitmen to snatch brothers up, man. Right? Because, again, reading on, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." Right? So, that's what it reminded me when he mentioned the faith-based institutions. All right? But nevertheless, in any event, man, all hell's going to be breaking loose out here. And the stage is being set, man, for just total anarchy, total chaos. All right, this place is being ripened, because again, with all this inflation, which is pretty much we're in the beginning stages of hyperinflation, man. Again, gas just reached another all-time high. All right, again, the more and more you got this whole baby formula shortage, right? Supposedly, all right, because out there in Mexico, they don't have a shortage. They're getting baby. As a matter of fact, people are flocking to Mexico to get this baby formula to get this baby formula. You see, and here it is. Over here, man. This guy Biden, he's just been pretty much creating the crisis after crisis. All right, so because again, with all this global supply chain crisis, and you see, I mean, pretty much there's no there really is no shortage in food, man. It's just more so they're holding these supplies off. You know, they're hoarding it off. You know, because hey, they're weaponizing the food. You know, they're weaponizing it. You see. And again, you know, hey, with tension being at an all-time high, and you know these people are already on the verge of losing it. Like I said, the more and more gas goes up, the more and more crime is gonna go up, man. You know, so the stage is being set for hey, it's gonna get crazy out here, man. And this is what we can start expecting. This is what we can expect to start seeing in the next weeks, months, man. You know, get this real quick. And again, this is why we are going to need the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah to be with us, because again, it's going to get crazy, man. You know, I'm gonna read this in Deuteronomy 28, verse Deuteronomy 28 and 66. It says, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life." Yeah, because hey, again, during that time, it's just going to be hell on all. It's just going to be danger on all sides, man. You know, nowhere's going to be safe. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to get this in Isaiah chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. Isaiah 13 and 14, it says, And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. There shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. All right. So again, you know, it's going to be so crazy because, you know, you watch these documentaries and, you know, a lot of times you watch, you know, like the deers and stuff like that, where every little sound. All right. Hey, you know, they're out of there. You know, they get the hell out of Dodge, you know, and that's how it's going to be in the very near future, man. You know, just every noise, people are going to be freaking out. People are going to be terrified. They're going to be afraid. Right? Because again, it's just going to be dangerous everywhere you go, man. On all sides, it's just going to be perils. It's going to be danger. You know? So that's why I read Deuteronomy 28, man. Hey, having no assurance of that life, man. It's just, you know, you're not going to know. You're not going to be sure, because nothing's going to be safe. Nowhere's going to be safe. Right? And at that time, you're not going to be able to you can't trust no one. You know? You see? So again, it said, and it shall be as a chaste roe. You see? Like I said, you see a roe, you know, at a lake drinking some water. Well, like I said, every little movement, every little sound, you know, that thing is ready to dip, man. And that's how it's going to be with these people out here, because it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out here, man. All right, nothing is going to be safe. Nowhere is going to be safe. It's just going to be chaos. All right. And it also said, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. So you see, hey, no protection. All right, because sheep need a shepherd. All right. And hey, these people, they're going to be sheep without a shepherd. So they're not going to have any hedge protection. So it's going to be crazy, man. And again, more and more this is what we can expect to start seeing in the very near future, man. All right. Just more violence, more chaos. Right. We get another one in Ezekiel chapter 12. Verse 17, it says, Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling and with carefulness. So you see, man, like I said, hey, it's just you're not going. It's just your life is just going to be. You're just not going to know, man. There's not going to be no assurance of thy life. You know, in the months to come, Lord's will, man. This is the year that Yahweh Shema Shai really turns up, man. You know, and, you know, we really start to see these things come to pass, you know. It says, And say unto the people of the land, Thus saith the Lord power, of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel. Yeah, because ultimately the focal point is you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. You see, these other heathens, they're just going to be casualties of war, man. The Lord don't care about them. The focus is you Israelites. All right, you don't want to repent. You don't want to come back to your power, man. And hey, you know, this is what Jacob's trouble is all about. Judgment for the 2/3. It says, They shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, and that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein. So you see, This is, this is going to be violent out here. This is going to be chaos, total anarchy. Matter of fact, I'll read verse 20. It says, and in the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall be desolate, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So you see, all right, and in that time to come, that's when you people are going to, inquire you how about Shema Shah, but it's going to be too late, all right, because this is the time now to inquire, like I said, the hopefully elect, our foundation is built in Yahweh Shema Shai, and this is the time now to be building your foundation, because during that time it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late, man. But hey, again, the stage is being set for just total chaos, violence. All right, and again, this is what we can expect to start seeing in the next weeks, months to come. All right, and again, who's to say that Esau, he doesn't send his little personal hitmen, all right, these different alphabet groups or whatnot, to come after the men of the Lord, these blackouts, so on and so forth, But hey, hopefully this is edifying. All praises to Yahweh B'Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh B'Shem Shai, brought the thumb to you, hopefully elect. Lord's willing, until next time, shalom.